Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Marion.
And I'm Yorian Baumeister.
And we've got a Rob in the booth. Say Zeus was a jerk, Rob.
Zeus was a jerk, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are wrapping up our show here, previewing the Arena Open coming up this weekend and exploring Standard leading up to that event. Match 1, we showed you sort of the decks to beat. Match 2, we showed you decks that we think are well metagamed against those decks, but maybe not the most well-rounded against the rest of the field, which could be problematic against the Arena Open field, which is going to be a little bit more, but a little wider.
Totally agree. And to just be as transparent as possible, I wouldn't recommend either of the two decks personally, unless you really like those styles, but I will not be looking at them on my radar just because of the Arena Open. If it was a regular tournament, I'd be looking at Rakdos, but just the structure of that. So there's plenty of actual tournaments out there as well. MTG Melee has tournaments going all the time. So if you're playing an actual tournament like that, those are decks I would consider, but
I'm a little higher on those two decks, even in a field like the Arena Open. So, put me a little bit more in their camp.
Sure.
As far as this last match goes, these are sort of our personal favorite decks.
Yep.
I'm going to be playing Selesnya Adventures. I wrote about it this week. If you want a more in-depth treatment of the reasons why I think this deck is really good, you can find it there. Simply put, as I said before the break, it's everything Golgari Adventures want it to be. Golgari Adventures is taking that powerful adventure core that we've seen work in a variety of different shells and pairing it with good removal and saying I'm gonna rely on the green cards to make my early game because they're such efficient threats and they're really good, and then I'm going to supplement that card advantage package and then the Vivians and Great Henges, that green end game, with really good interaction. The problem is Black's interaction in those decks is not that good, and White's is so much better. They're all creatures, which helps your Henges. You get to play more adventure creatures. Shepherd of the Flock means that you get to reuse them later in the game, so you have more removal than you otherwise might think.
And Shepherd of the Flock has some sick synergies in that deck, like Skyclave Apparition with the ability on the stack. Pick that up. Found me down.
I think my favorite one is Bounce Amiria when it's a land that you played early, cast it. Like turn 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So you're like, I think I'll just draw an extra Amiria.
Whenever, no big deal. Yeah.
So,
really cool stuff.
I've been having success with it. I've seen other people trying it, streaming with it, and doing well.
I think I've played 4 matches with it, and I'm yet to lose as well, but I'm still not playing a ton of it, so it's probably just stupid on my part, because I do think that deck is very good.
I think the deck is really well situated, and if you have the same concern that Corey has about needing to play a well-rounded deck, I think this deck is very well-rounded.
Totally agree. And it's proactive, it's powerful, it's awesome.
My main concern is Teamer Ramp, I would say.
Yeah.
I think Ugin is a problematic card for you for sure, and you're not quite as fast as the Gruul deck with Embercleave to get the game done before they get to 8 mana. So that's one concern. Extinction Event is another concern. But not a super popular card right now. Only really sees play in rogues, and it's 0 to 2 main and 2 to 4.
I got one in here. But so the deck I'm playing here, I've been playing it for a long time, and that's Esper Doom. Now here's my problem with Esper Doom, and the problem that I'm trying to fix. I love my rogues matchup, crushes them. Elspeth's Nightmare is excellent. Doom Foretold's great. I love that matchup. I really like Rakdos. Yorian is just naturally good against that. I like Mono Red. Teamer Ramp is okay because you look at their hand. So I really like the matchups across the board, except Gruul Adventures. And Gruul Adventures I expect to be the most played deck. So if I can't figure that matchup out, I don't think you can play this deck. Now, I added some black removal to help with those Embercleave turns, and I've been doing okay, but still sub 50%. So I still kind of got some work to do in the lab tomorrow to see if I can play this deck, but that's my biggest concern right now. So, but otherwise I think it's pretty good.
I think that, you're happier, I think, to play against Selesnya relative to Gruul. Because your Yorian deck, you're not as well situated against Embercleave, but the white removal is good. Well, two out of 3. The apparitions and the ECDs I think are good. Giant Killer is fine.
You can get the bird.
Dealing with the Yorian, but for it, I'm not going to need 4 copies.
Definitely not. Maybe something you'll take out. But it should be a really close matchup. I played this matchup on the ladder a few times, and it's always been super close. And I maybe split in each direction.
You may have played it on the ladder, but now you're playing it for the marbles.
For the marbles. Ooh.
A little bit more pressure.
I can't handle that kind of pressure.
You do get to be on the play.
Yes.
Well, you can concede at any time. Rule 104.3.
Oh, okay. No, I think I'll play it out. I'm ready.
Okay.
Hey, my hand is pretty sweet, too.
Ross,
so
I would like to remind you that you can concede at any time when Corey's just doing crazy things and you're just sitting there for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, I will Temple, Scry. A nice little just card that bridges the early game. I'll keep.
Okay. I have a forest and an innkeeper.
Okay. I will. Now, this deck actually has 2 drops that you can get value from Innkeeper, so if I ever have a way to deal with this, I should. And I do, so I'll Glass Casket it, but it takes me 3 life points, and pass to you.
Well, I didn't have an adventure creature, but I do now.
There we go.
I think we'll just curve out with it.
There we go. Okay.
You can go.
All right. Now... I think we start with this to figure out what land we want to play. So I'm going to start with an Omen.
Sure.
Scry. Okay, I like both of these cards.
You scry top every time. Why do you even look?
I know. The order. I guess I'm drawing both of them, but... Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to top, and doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to play this Mauling, tapped, and pass to you.
Okay, attack for 3.
Okay, I'll take it. 14.
14, I'll play Kazandu Mammoth.
The Woolly Mammoth.
Woolly bully.
Okay, I will draw. Now I want to be I am afraid of Great Henge. I want to be and am afraid of it, so I should definitely try to do the thing that's best against you possibly having that. And I guess it's just this. Yeah, so let's go Heartless Act this, one of the new additions I've been adding to this. I guess, let me egg first, let's see what I draw. Yeah, I still want to do that and then pass to you.
Attack for 3.
Okay, 11.
To 11, and I just have another Innkeeper. Not a great turn for me.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Now I think this seems like a great turn to get this down. Innkeeper, you very clearly do not have adventure creatures, or you would have cast them there. Even a giant killer, you would have snap cast. So let's go with Doom, being foretold, get that going. Temple of Silence. This card's not bad, and does facilitate our late game a bit. You seem like you're going to be pumping the brakes a little bit, hopefully at least. You know, something like a Questing Beast would be strong. So maybe this card isn't worth it. Yeah, we'll keep it. Pass to you.
Okay, I will sack the Innkeeper.
Okay.
And play a Vivian Monsters Advocate.
Okay, that's pretty strong.
We'll plus make a Todd Anderson that, which do I want? I think Trample.
Okay.
In case you have Omens.
Okay.
So I will give it Trample and pass the turn.
Maybe attack though there, buddy?
Oh yeah, attack.
All right, I'm done to 8. Okay, so I will sack my Omen of the Sea.
Interesting. Sack Omen instead of Egg. Maybe wanting to retain the option to gain some life with that egg.
That's exactly it.
It's probably a sign that he doesn't have a Yorian in hand, which is the card I was scared of.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. But we do have some good options here.
Just a removal spell on the Shepherd will be good.
Yep. Okay, and I think... Yeah, you don't have much instant speed stuff that you can put down, if any. So let's start with Skyclave Apparition, the Shepherd. Prophecy, a card I'm still very high on, but really have not seen on any other lists. Top, bottom, and play a land and pass to you.
Okay, so I now have to sack this Vivian.
Yep.
And we'll draw a card that is a very good.
Are you allowed to play it if it's not on a Croaky's list, though?
Oh, good point. Good point. Yeah, I've been given the green light.
We'll play Questing Beast and attack for 7.
Okay, that's disgusting. Now the question becomes: do I want to soak up 2 damage to give you another token? Doesn't seem great. Doesn't seem great.
Yeah, I mean, all that does is represent 2 extra damage on the next turn, so it doesn't seem great to me, especially because blinking the apparition and dealing with QB that way, if you draw Yorion, is great. Although I guess the Doom Foretold is going to deal with the QB.
Yeah, I know what I'm going to draw, and it is going to be helpful, but I'm just trying to line up exactly what makes me not die to, let's say, another QB. Because you're going to have to sack that with Doom Foretold. So I will... Let's just take 7.
Brings you to 1.
1.
Okay, I'll play a Giant Killer then.
Okay.
I'm going to play this Emiria tapped as well. I think it's more likely that I want to just get things on the board before the Doom Foretold goes off, and then maybe rip an Emiria later. This is only my 6th land. The Giant Killer should be great here as something to sack the Doom Foretold. Hopefully that messes with Corey's plans.
So let's get rid of this. We'll just
no prophecy
get rid of the value.
And Corey's 1 short of being able to buy Yorion and play it.
Let's go like this to just keep me alive here.
That will not keep you alive.
I can gain 3 life.
That will keep you alive.
All right,
just barely.
So let's get this and pass to you.
Okay, so I have a decision as to whether or not I want to tap down the Skyclave Apparition. And it's awkward if I draw a 5-mana play.
Yeah.
And the only 5-mana play in the deck at this point is the 2nd Vivian.
Yeah.
His Henge will cost 6. I guess 6 is also an awkward thing to draw. If I draw Henge or Vivian, I get really punished.
The main thing is if you draw another Questing Beast, I'm unfriending you on all social media platforms.
Do you know how many Questing Beasts are on the list?
Hopefully 1.
It's 2.
Oh, yeah. if I get 1-outered here.
Are you even going to block if given the option? If you sack a Golden Egg and block with Apparition, you will have to sack Casket and a Doom Foretold, which is not something you want to do anyway.
You do run if you tap. You can't create Henge where you could. With the 3
Henge and Vivian are the 2 Punisher cards, which is 3 cards in the deck, but they're 3 pretty good cards.
True.
And I'm just thinking, like, are you going to block anyway?
Yeah.
So if I sack both and attack for 3, you have the option of either blocking with Apparition or gaining 3 life. Gaining 3 life seems significantly better because it doesn't give me a token back.
Yeah.
Though, either way, if you want to keep both Doom Foretolds, you're going to have to sack both. So I don't think you want to block.
Okay.
So I'm not going to tap.
Okay.
I will attack for 3.
I will gain 3 life.
And stay at 1?
Yep.
Yeah, didn't want to block anyway.
Nope.
I did not draw any of the Punisher cards, so I'm going to Heart's Desire and Lovestruck Beast.
That's still so good.
Yeah, pretty good draw. And pass the turn.
Okay, so... Still want to keep these Dooms around, I think, but if I sack my 2 creatures, I just give you 2 creatures.
Yeah, that seems rough.
Let's see if that even can keep me alive.
This seems pretty rough for you regardless.
Yeah, that was a lucky draw.
Yeah, Lovestruck Beast was a good one.
So let me just do some math. If you got a 2/2 and your creature, I can do something to that. You will sack this. Doom could go
off. 3 with a 2/2, and you'll have to find a removal spell.
Yeah, so that won't do it. So
you will draw cards. So you could rip a Heartless Act or something.
Yep. So what if I... Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, tilt. So I have a decent card in hand, but just exactly decent, not insane. Could try to rip like a Dance of the Mance, would just be insane if I just put these Doom Foretold into the graveyard. That would probably be GG. But if the problem is just giving you a creature with whatever I sacrifice. If I don't just put both Dooms into the yard, that's the problem. But I don't win by just putting both Dooms in the yard either. So what about just like this? You sack this, I leave this. Oh, that just doesn't do it either. I think I just have to get lucky, and if I have to get lucky, I might as well just plan for Dance of the Mance being as sick as possible, which would mean at least putting like 2 of these away. Maybe Skyclave Apparition keeps me alive. Nope.
What's the card in your hand?
ECD.
Oh yeah,
That's not enough.
That's a tough one because it costs so much mana. So there's no,
it's
spell
just
you can draw alongside of it.
I can get rid of these. No, because I don't have any 1-drops. So I can get rid of these. ECD that. You sack this. I Doom Foretold once. I go to 3. Then you have
a 2/2.
A 2/2. I could block that, and then I still die. I go to -1. Yeah. So this is really tough. I guess I just have to get lucky. I just have to draw Dance, I think. So
if you draw Dance, and I think you want to keep the Apparition around, right?
Yeah, I still have 4 targets if I get rid of this.
Problem is, if you sack the 2 Doom Foretolds and you draw a Yorion, that's still not good enough.
Yeah.
What if you sacked a Doom Foretold Glass Casket?
Yeah, that's reasonable. Well, actually, I could draw... whatever. I'll just make a play here.
I like sacking Doom Foretold Glass Casket, I think.
Okay, let's try it. Drum roll. Well, I have a Yorion. Is it enough?
So you get to give me a 2/2 and deal with Lovestruck, and then I sack this, and then I have 3 attackers.
Yeah, doesn't seem like enough. If I left Glass Casket instead of Doom...
Blinking Glass Casket doesn't do anything. It's just 1 creature for 1 creature.
Yeah, except I can kill the Trampler, which...
But I just need a creature to get through. Any creature to get through.
Okay, you got it. GG. Very close. Very close.
Yeah, a couple timely top decks on my end there.
Yeah, and I kept a little bit too much of too much stuff on top that dirtled, like Prophecy on top, Golden Egg, when maybe I should have been digging a little bit more meat, and maybe that was my detriment. So
yeah, if you find that Yorion a turn earlier, then you might have had something going.
I think you're right. Okay, so we are gonna head to sideboarding here for our final match for the marbles. Ross is up a game. I gotta come back and win the next 2, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with sideboarding. All right, everyone, welcome back to sideboarding between Esper Doom Foretold and Green White Adventures. Not too much changing from my end. I do just kind of have these aggro adventure decks kind of in plan for game 1, and then I really adjust with the board. So just adding another Omen of the Sun to kind of stop plays like that. You don't go over the top with Embercleave. So this card is actually quite good. You know, you can give me some problems by just, great henging and stuff like that. But just bringing one of those for Golden Eggs. Whenever you're not sure what to side out with this deck, just take out an egg. It's just the card that's meh,
The card I take out whenever I'm not sure is Fairy Godmother.
That's fair.
For me, you just bring in 3 more ways to disrupt artifacts and enchantments.
Yep.
The Heliod's Intervention can create some significant blowouts. ECD can also hit Yorion, and the Wilt is very high floor.
Yep.
Trimming some of the weak adventure creatures. This deck plays 15 in the main, this list, so you have some wiggle room to board them out and still be fine. So I still have 12. Have a couple giant killers as extra answers to Yorion. That's a nice luxury, but you want to keep in some early creatures to make sure you get value off of those innkeepers. But otherwise, it's a luxury luxury in this deck that you can aggressively board out some of the weaker adventure creatures in a given matchup and still feel like your Edgewall Innkeepers are going to be great.
Okay. Yep. I like it. I like it. All right. So game number 2 here. That one felt definitely close. Maybe a brick or 2 off the top of you, and I would have came back in with Doom Foretold.
Every draw step I had there in the middle game was super important. From the Giant Killer looked a little awkward because it was the turn I sacrificed the second Innkeeper to Doom Foretold.
Yep.
And so I was like, that doesn't seem like it's going to be great. And then I drew the QB the next turn, and I was like, that was perfect.
Just connected twice.
And it insulates me from the Doom Foretold. So it made the QB made the Giant Killer good.
Yeah.
In retrospect. So yeah. So definitely some fortunate draw steps there.
Yeah, good stuff. Hated it. All right, so let's try for something a little more spicy this one. And I got a nice little start here, so I'll keep.
And I have the best start possible.
You would.
Actually, I have 6 lands Giant Killer, so we'll send that back.
You would. Okay.
Got a question, Robert.
I do.
Robert.
Somebody wants to know how do you feel about Teamer Ramp for this weekend?
I think the deck is actually quite good, especially if you're best of one-ing for day one. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. I just think that's a very good best of one deck as well. The hand smoothing algorithm helps you out a lot, I think. And I don't think there's going to be as many rogues on day one. I would expect an increase of rogues for day 2. So I'm considering Teamer ramping for day 1 and then switching up to Gruul Adventures or Esper, depending on how my testing goes tomorrow, for day 2. But I think that deck is completely reasonable. I think that's one of those fringe decks, like Rakdos, like Mono Red. That's my top fringe deck, in my opinion. But
I would be a little worried about playing it in best of one, just because I think you're going to run into more aggro decks that you don't want to. The Gruul Adventures, Mono Reds, even.
Yeah.
But
you're okay against those, though.
I do agree that I think it would be a good deck for day 1, but I'm more wanting to play it in best of 3, where you're going to run into more rogues.
Yeah.
Or not run into more mid-rangey decks.
Yeah.
Even though I guess the rogues matchup is bad, but every time I play against I think I just underestimate rogues because
I talked to Autumn, and Autumn did say it's about 50-50 against rogues. I haven't played enough to figure it out, but I mean, I'm not going to spoil my results of dropping bombs, but I did my dropping bombs on it. I played like 3 matches outside of that, and I did quite well with the deck. So it's hard to say no to that deck. I know Kyle Bogamus just 8-0'd with it and tagged me in Autumn on that. So I think the deck is awesome. Yeah.
Definitely a keeper here on 6 for me. I think I just want to put back the expensive card. I'm a little land late.
Okay, I will scry. I'll put this Omen to the bottom. I get enough of that kind of effect.
And I will end the match.
Good game. Good game. All right. I will. Now it's just a question of what land here, and I think I would rather have the back of this pathway. And I'm going to go with Prophecy. Scry 2. Dream Troller there, a little expensive. And actually, I don't want this tap land either, so we'll put that to the bottom.
I will play Boulder Watch Pathway, Scavenging Ooze, and attack for 1.
Okay.
You're 19.
19.
You can go.
All right. I will draw. And this is slightly sketch. I am going to choose Doom Foretold. I'm foretelling Doom, okay? So we're actually going to Omen now. See what we got. Decent cards, but I do have a specific plan here. So I'm going to put those both to the bottom. Draw. And Temple of Silence. Scry. I will bottom that, and I'll pass to you.
Looks like we might be digging for a land. And I'm getting for 3.
Okay, I will go to 16.
And it looks like Corey didn't find the land yet.
Oh, I have a land.
Yeah, that enters tapped.
What?
And I can make my normal Love Struck Beast play here and apply more pressure, or I can play around Corey drawing the land.
Okay.
Tough decision. but I think I will play around it. I'm going to go to 17 and Apparition the Metamized Prophecy.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Corey misses a land drop here. I'm in pretty good shape regardless.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was a bit of a tilting draw. I think I just want to interact on Ross's turn here, so I'm going to play this Scry. And I think I'm cool with keeping this on top, and I'll pass to you. Completely fine with Prophecy just being hit by Apparition. But yeah.
Okay, I'm going to not attack with Shaheen in case Corey has a Heartless Act.
Okay.
If you Heartless Acts the Apparition, I can then exile with Ooze if he wants to block. So I'll be fine there. So just attack with the 2/2s.
All right, what do you know? You didn't play around Omen of the Sun. Shocking.
I mean...
no, you really did. You have to get it out. But I just think it's funny that Omen of the Sun is usually getting you good. So now the question is, do I just double block the Ooze to get that out? Or block the Apparition? I kind of want to block this Ooze, to be honest. Because the Ooze gets out of hand pretty quickly here. Yeah, I'm going to double block the Ooze.
Okay, take 2.
Yep, so I go to 16.
14.
I gain 2.
Yep. And I will play Lovestruck Beast and pass the turn.
Cool, that's what I wanted you to do, so pretty happy about that. I will name Odd. That is why I blocked the Ooze to line that up nicely. Okay. Get a 2/2 illusion.
Well, let's see which one of these I want to save.
Okay, yeah, I guess I don't have to say it yet, but...
Yeah, you're going to name Odd regardless. And I honestly think I want to save the Lovestruck Beast.
Okay. Yeah, I'll still name Odd.
Yep.
I'll get my 2/2 illusion. Nice play there. I will play a Temple, and I think this is one that I'm okay keeping, so I'll keep that and pass to you.
You have 3 in hand?
3, yep. Okay.
I expect Corey has a Doom Foretold here. I like this line better than just Heart's Desire Lovestruck against Doom Foretold.
Okay.
So we'll play the 2/2 drops and pass.
Okay, let's start with Omen of the Sea.
Yep.
I think I like these. Yeah, we'll top. And Doom Foretold. Pass to you.
Now I can sack Shepherd.
Yep.
And attack with the Ooze.
Yeah, I could block, force you to eat something, which is reasonable. It's not super out of the realm. But yeah, I'll just take it.
Just take 2.
14.
You get a 14. I am going to play Heart's Desire and then play Skyclave Apparition on the Doom Foretold.
Okay.
Pass the turn. 3 in hand?
3, yep. All right, so I think this is a turn to start with a Apparition of my own on yours. Get a 4/4. Protect against Questing Beast is kind of nice for that regard. And then I am going to go with Treacherous Blessings.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Play a Temple, Scry. Do I care about this? Not really. I'll put this to the bottom and pass to you.
This game is getting out of control at this point with the Yorion set up for next turn.
Regardless, this show was a lot closer than Tuesday's show, so I at least feel better about that.
Yep. I think I have to try to limit this Yorian at least a little bit.
Okay.
And that means playing this ECD.
Okay.
Do I want to hit the Treacherous Blessing or the Skyclave Apparition? Apparition can deal with the ooze, but I have another ooze that can just come back, so it's not a huge deal. So you're already up on cards, though. But I'm not winning this game via aggression. I don't have the capability to do that through this board. So I do think I just need to stop the Treacherous Blessing.
Doesn't get exiled of note because it gets targeted.
I'll pass the turn. I think this is a game where I might be able to crawl back in and then just lose to a Dance of the Mance, but maybe
Quite
Scoos
possible. I will attack with these.
I will double block the illusion, the 2/2 illusion.
Okay, take 4.
I go to 13.
13, 14 you got, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm definitely going to Yorian here. Companion and blink it out.
So I'm going to get a 3/3 illusion.
I'm thinking about the Skyclave. I still think, I'm pretty sure I want to do that. Yeah, we'll give you a 3/3 in exchange for your ooze. I get a couple of Shaheens, gain 2, go to 16, scry. Top, bottom, I don't need that other card. I already have one. Scry, top, and yep, here you go.
This goes to 2.
Okay.
I have Innkeeper plus Lovestruck Beast, draw a card.
Okay.
And play up Plains and pass the turn.
Okay. We're going to kind of try to go on the aggressive here as much as we can. So let's start with Skyclave Apparition on the Lovestruck Beast. And I will play a land for my turn. And then we'll attack with these two.
Yeah, I'll double block the 4/4 illusion.
Okay, damage.
Brings me to 9.
Yep, and second main, I will just play Dupertold for 6 mana and pass to you.
That's gross.
Yep. ECD notably sacked an upkeep, so it doesn't make it to the draw step.
Yeah, I was very dead.
Yep.
Let's get to game 3.
Oh yeah, last game for the marbles. I wouldn't have it any other way. You got to bring that beautiful prize over here. I haven't had it in sight, aka like anywhere remote where I was close to getting it, in what seems like weeks. So.
Oh no, I knocked something over.
Oh no. Good one. All right, I think I'm actually going to sideboard a little differently on the draw. I'm going to bring in some extra removal. Try to help me out here, because you can just have some really quick draws that get me pretty good. I'm actually just going to take out Dream Trawler. I don't think it's important enough. And 1 Treacherous Blessing. I'll leave in the 1 because it's fine. And
another egg.
Yeah, another egg. Yeah, probably. Kind of actually just want to take out a Mauling, as weird as it is. I just really don't even... Is Shatter even good against you? It doesn't seem good.
Seems fine to me.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it a shot. All right, so we're going to make that last-minute swap and give it a shot. Rob, do you got any questions before we finish our last game of Versus Live for the week?
Yeah, Ross, how good do you feel OK Adversary is as a sideboard card?
I think it's very good.
What is that?
The 4-drop green creature that becomes a 2-drop. The green thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good in the green mirrors. It's the best card in the green mirrors.
Adventure mirrors, any adventure mirror.
Yeah.
Great against mono green as well. That's probably it. Green-white Yorion, probably. It's not bad. Not bad. They got Gilded Gooses and stuff, so...
Yeah. No, there's a lot of green decks around, and it's the best card in Green Mirrors.
Yeah, no, I think that card's excellent, especially when you can back it up with some nice removal post board, which you can kind of transition.
Yeah. Kenji only had 2 in his sideboard. I have 3.
Oh, yeah. Upped it up. Okay, so let's do this.
Game 3.
Good luck to you, good sir. I wish I was on the play.
Bad luck to you.
Bad luck to you.
And I'm going to keep this hand.
Yeah, me too. It's not great, but...
Forest pass.
Okay. Let's go with a... Temple of Deceit. Is that worth it? I think so. Then I'll pass to you.
I have a Plains and a Shepherd.
Okay.
Pass.
Interesting. What I want to do here, sequencing my lands here. I want to make sure I can do this correctly.
Player Shatter spell untapped.
And I'll Glass Casket. Pass to you.
Silly human. Now I have a Kazandu Mammoth.
Uh-oh.
You're up.
Silly Corey. Tricks are for kids. Little awkward here that I have to do this, but I will take 3 and Skyclave that.
17.
Your go.
How about another Mammoth?
Wooly. Okay.
And I will play an Emeria tapped.
Okay.
Pass a turn.
All right, let's start with a Omen of the Sea. Do a little Scryroo. Let's put this land to the bottom, but I think I want to keep this card. Yeah, we'll keep this one, and then I want to play a land here. Let's go with a Temple. Scry. That's an interesting one. God, I run into this trap so often. Of this being a good card or not, I think I'll keep it and regret it later. Here go.
Okay, chat. I need your energy here. We need to draw the Great Henge.
Oh, don't do that.
I haven't drawn one yet this match.
Don't draw one.
And it would be the perfect turn.
Yeah, I don't like
so
that.
Let's focus our energy here. Focus. Are you focused? You're not focusing. We need to focus on the Great Henge.
Oh,
that's not a Great Henge. Chat!
Chat, come on.
What are you doing to me here?
Yeah, chat really got you good there.
What are you doing to me? I try to Great Henge you. Now I have an interesting decision.
Yeah. But you don't have a Mammoth in your hand, right?
Nope.
Okay, good.
In fact, I have a Kazandu Valley.
Okay, good.
And then I will attack for 5.
For 5, huh? There's some world where I want to block here to soak up this damage. I think I'm going to block. It might be completely wrong, but...
That's going to get me a 3/3?
Yep.
So does that mean you have the 1 Shatter? It's a very strange block.
Is it?
Kind of feels like you have the Shatter.
Huh.
This is a nice battlefield to shatter, right? I'm not going to draw a card. But doing nothing gets so punished by other things. And this at least least lets me draw a card if you have it, so I'm going to go Heart's Desire and Lovestruck Beast.
Okay.
Pass the turn. So I am extending an extra card into the Shatter, but I get it back.
You sussed it out.
It is very annoying.
Okay, I will play a Temple.
I've had just a straightforward aggressive draw this game, and Corey's draw was turn 2 removal spell, turn 3 removal spell, turn 4 draw some cards, turn 5 Wrath you.
Yeah, not bad. Pass to you. Still, I think I'm already regretting keeping the one card I did on top. No surprise.
And now I've got to get something going, so I'm going to Apparition the Glass Casket.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. I will draw a magical card, and I think pretty scripted turn for me. I will ECD this, get a 2/2, and play a... I think I'm going to go with the blue side of the pathway and pass to you.
We'll probably want more green mana for ooze purposes, so I'll play Branchlock Pathway, Amiria's Call.
Okay.
Get some Arilaxes, and then I'll attack for 3.
Yep. I will go to 14.
Pass the turn.
Tick this up.
Once again, a mana away from Yorioning, from the Companion Zone at least. You have an Apparition to get back.
I'll crack this.
You've got 3 over here.
Yep. Sorry, this is a 2/2. And the reason I didn't block last turn, Amiria's Call does make it indestructible. Anybody was wondering that. I do have the Yorion, though. I just deciding if I want to blink ECD here to put you in another tax. I don't think that seems right. So I think I'll just blink this and then go to my end step.
Yep.
This is tricky. Don't think I actually am in love with either of these. Yeah, I think I'm going to bottom both. They're close. Okay, here you go.
Not a bad draw.
Okay.
It's a little bit awkward, I guess, because my best draw here is a Giant Killer. But if I have max value, I won't be able to cast it.
Okay. Yeah, Giant Killer would be pretty sweet.
Heart's Desire. The extra one is just too valuable.
We have an Innkeeper.
Yeah, the extra one is too valuable in the face of the Apparition that's
Heart's
coming
Desire
back.
costs 3.
Oh. Well, I can still do everything.
Yep. Just your turn is scripted in that regard.
Yeah. And then we'll play Innkeeper, and then play Lovestruck Beast and draw a card.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. I'm just happy that an ECD didn't target my Yorion. That's what I was really terrified of. So draw. Bring back Apparition. I will choose counter, and I'm going to hit the threatening creature, I believe, here. Let me just map out my turn a little bit of what I'm going to do. I think it's just these things. But the Shepherd of the Flock I don't care about. So let's hit Lovestruck. So that's 3 for that. Now... go with Elspeth's Nightmare on that. Scry. don't need a land at this point. And I don't really want to attack with anything, so I'll pass to you. Yes. And 14 to 20 still, right?
That's what I have.
Okay. It's been a great match.
Well, just got to gear up for a bit of a longer game, so I guess I will pass the turn.
End step, I will try to kill Arilax.
That seems rude.
Yep. All right. Upkeep.
On your upkeep, I'm going to Heliod's Intervention, the Nightmare, and the Omen. Going to lose the Intervention to the second chapter of the Omen anyway. Second chapter of the Nightmare, I mean.
Mm-hmm. I'm just debating if I want to scry,
Yeah.
but I don't think I really care. So yeah, we'll just let him go.
Actually, after the Heartless Act happened, I should have done that on my end stuff, but
Yeah. We'll say you did that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so draw.
no reason to give you the option. But when you have 3 and open, it's better to do it on the upkeep.
Yep. And the card I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep on top is actually going to be quite good here. So I'm going to go with Bertha Melitis, get a Plains.
Okay. I can't imagine it was Bertha Melitis.
It was not. You were correct.
So what else you got?
Treacherous Blessing. The one of that seemed very sketchy at the time is quite good right now.
Yep.
So yeah, let's go like this and one more like this. I guess I want to be able to cast Mauling, which I just can't do anyways. So yeah, then we'll go with Treacherous Blessing. Draw 3. Okay, that was pretty good. Now I'm gonna take 1 to play Golden Egg.
13.
And then take 1 to Glass Casket Arilax.
You're 12.
And now, can I get busy? I want to be able to block Questing Beasts if given the option. I could. No, I'll pass to you.
You have 2 in hand?
2.
Yeah, I think we just got to go for it and hope we get a turn, but seems unlikely. I will probably plus him, but we'll check. I will plus and make a reach creature so I can block Yorion, hopefully.
Makes sense.
And pass the turn.
Yeah, that was a scary one. Didn't want to see that. All right, draw. Oh, for wall. That was probably best possible.
ECD?
Yep. Now, just seeing what we want to do, I'll attack Vivian. You get put in the pinch there where I think it's just super correct to do so.
Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5. ECD that. Take 1.
You're 11.
Prophecy, take 1.
You're 10.
Scry 2. Definitely don't want another Prophecy, but the other card is fine. Land, put Yorion into my hand, and pass to you.
I know I'm drawing a land here myself, which is not good.
Yep.
And have to Apparition the Blessing, lest you double Yorion it next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of an awkward thing. It's like, it's a drawback to leave that in play for me, but it's drawing some cards, that's for sure.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Let's send these chapters. Gain 2.
Brings you to 12.
Yep. I will name off Prophecy. Let's go with Heartless Act. And I'll attack for 4.
16.
Okay. Second main, Yorion.
Yep.
I will keep the old one. Blink this out. You get a
3/3.
3/3. Actually, I think I want to keep this. Okay, that's it for my turn. These come back. I'll ECD this. I'll Glass Casket the 3/3. And then I'll Apparition this. And then I will draw a card off Egg. And then I will blink out this, and this. So you get...
I don't think there's a point in blinking the Apparition.
No, I blink it out in such a way where I put the Apparition ability at the back, Yorion ability at the front. So it's just a permanent exile. So you just lose your thing. And then pass to you. These will come back at your end step.
And that's a temple, and I'm very dead.
Yep. The value of Yorion there, very close games.
Yeah, the one shatter, obviously, excellent there. I had an early lead. We just had a pretty straightforward aggressive draw with a bunch of mammoths.
And you read it super, sorry to interrupt you, but you read it super correctly, where you read me for shatter.
Yeah.
Correct. But if you didn't shatter, I had ECD lined up for just your mammoth, and then you're going to be like, okay, well now I have nothing to do but to play all my stuff, and then I shatter you well within the ECD tax, so it would have been even worse for you. So still a good play.
It out. And I think with the Amiria's call was quite good. I just needed to back. You had the Yorion, which is what you needed to stop it. And if I just have one answer to a Yorion, I'm pretty close to ending the game there.
Yeah, because I was just digging. I mean, I saw like Dance of the Mount on top, Omen of the Sun when I omened after the Yorion, but I'm thinking if you ECD, both of those are great cards, but I'm going to need Glass Caskets because those angels were going to be so big. Yeah. So it was really all down to that. If you dealt with Yorion that turn, I probably lose that game. Yeah. And if you don't, I probably win.
Either an answer to Yorion or one of my big spells that starts generating card advantage, a Vivian or a Henge. Yeah. So that in those turns where we were staring at each other, I'm generating an advantage. But instead, I was just sitting there not really doing anything.
Yeah. And the Vivian was just a little too late, even though it was good.
Yeah. The Vivian had come while I had an angel or two still on the battlefield, then I can get something going. Yeah. Maybe I use an Apparition to tutor for an Innkeeper and start drawing even more cards. I'm playing stuff off the top. I have plenty of mana, and you can get the ball rolling there. But I was never able to establish any of the card advantage engines in that game. Yeah. And so the Wrath really stymieing my aggression, and then the Yorion to stymie the second wave, which was the Amiria's call, put an end to the game.
But I will say, on a bright note for both decks, I don't expect a lot of Yorion, and I think the Yorion matchup, it's super close, but I think Yorion's slightly favored. Slightly. Probably not the blue-white version. Yeah.
The Yorion builds, that is probably the worst for me.
I totally agree. Yeah. But like just the counterspell blue-white version, well, we found out it doesn't beat anything. But I also think the value you gain is not going to beat, or it's going to beat counterspells. Yeah. Like easy. And for me, these kind of decks are what I want to play if I choose to play Yorion. This, Rakdos midrange, mono red, these decks that are popping up to take advantage of no Yorion. So that's why it might be a good thing to do, but it's still Gruul Adventure keeps coming back to the answer. So like as much as that looks good, I will have the disclaimer of I do not think Gruul Adventures is a good matchup, and I think it's going to be the most played deck, so that's terrifying, But it's not unwinnable, because you still just Glass Casket on 2, Elspeth's Nightmare, your Innkeeper on 3, Doom Foretold, sack your only threat. Like, they're not going to win that game. So there's draws where I can get really going, but 80 cards leads to consistency, so I'm actually going to test a 60-card Doom Foretold list just to see if it's good. It might be bad.
That makes a lot of sense, and it'll make your sideboard a lot more effective in that matchup, which is something that you really want out of your, you look to your sideboard to help you in those matchups, and 80 card decks means your sideboard is inherently weaker because you just don't see those cards as often.
Either way, awesome show. A lot of cool decks. Recommend really any of them. I said what I said about the middle decks where they wouldn't be my forte, but otherwise I think they are all very much options.
If I see a Twitter post from any of these 6 decks from a player I know that's like, I 6-1 day 2 of the arena opener, 7-1, and won some money, I would not be surprised at all.
Me neither.
Any of these decks.
I totally agree. All right, we're a little behind schedule, so Rob, let's thank some subs. We'll thank some sponsors, and we're heading out.
All right. So Shafts to 2004, subscribe for 21 months. Nice. Official Mike TV for 5 months. Mom Ladilla subscribed. Smashtastic 86 for 7 months. Hail Me 786 for 6 months. AA Hanley, Paradise Sal for 11 months. Nobody 83 for 4 months, and Silverfang 30 for 16 months. So thank you to all of our subs.
Awesome. A bunch of subs there. Thank you all for that support. If you would like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SAG Premium. For $7.99 a month, you will get access to exclusive content from our lovely staff of content creators, as well as some extra perks. That is 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
And if you have a good friend like I have, like Ross Merriam, that goes on rants that you just don't care about, you want to make sure you're comfy while you have to listen to them by
I know where we left off. I can finish in the car.
Hey, we can't interrupt for our sponsorships, man. Yeah. Sorry. You can't do that. So if you want to be as comfy as I am, well, I have to put up with rant after rant after rant. You better be sitting in a Carnox gaming chair. So head over to carnox.com/SCG. You can use that affiliate link to get yourself 10% off one of these awesome gaming chairs.
Last but not least, we are sponsored by Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire catalog at coalesceapparel.shop. And be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase there as well.
Oh, and they're so comfy. They're so soft. I have a confession to make. I wear them pretty much all the time.
I can't remember the last time I've seen you out of either a Coalesce Apparel shirt or a coat for coverage.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. That's what I live my life in these days. And you should too, because they're very comfy shirts. So, all right, cleaning house a little bit here. What we got for the weekend, like we've been saying, the Arena Open, really, really fun event that starts on Saturday. If you feel like playing, if you play one of our decks here, shoot us a tag when you win that $2,000 online. We'd love to hear from you if you have some success here.
And we'll send you our PO box. You can give us, 10, 20% of that check.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what we were going after. Just kidding. But we're going to be playing the Arena Open. I know both of us are going to be streaming. It's going to be a fun one. I even heard that Ron Burgundy might be stopping by my stream. So
wow, that's an impressive guest to get.
I know.
Especially all the way from San Diego.
He's not that good at Magic, though, so he's not going to help that much. But, maybe we can coach him along a little bit and see what's up. So going to be a really fun weekend. And then as far as next week, not too sure. We're going to unpack these results and figure out what we're going to do for the show from there. So that's going to do it for us. We will be back Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So for Corey, Ross, and Rob, peace out.